Chef Buff Army, welcome back to another edition of SAF, Simple as Fuck Videos, with your ever faithful host, me, Chef Buff. Today, we're talking about the reason why you can't lose weight. The most likely reason. This has to do with the fact that you look probably at daily calories if you track your calories instead of weekly calories or your total calories for the week, which is far more important. With the simple numbers, you don't need to understand math. Don't worry, I'm barely hanging on with these numbers. You don't need to understand the actual calculations. You just have to understand the net result of guy A or guy B. Yo, Chef Buff, this is a really low blow. You know I never passed grade 2 math, and now you bring up all these numbers? I thought you were better than that. I still have nightmares. 2 plus 2? What the fuck is that? 1 times 1 is 1? What does that even mean? You see, guy A represents the smarter individual, the guy that actually loses weight. What does he do? Well, if his maintenance, so both of these guys here, we got guy A, guy B, they both have their maintenance calories at around 2,500 calories. And BMR stands for basal metabolic rate. This means the amount of calories that they need to eat in a day just to maintain their weight. So it's set at a random number, 2,500, nice round number. Cool. We got guy A. Guy A loses weight. Let's take a look at the total amount of calories guy A eats every single day. So we got pretty on average, typical, 2,000 calories. So he's eating below Tuesday, he's good, 21, pretty consistent. Friday, maybe he went out for a couple of drinks, maybe had a slice of pizza, who gives a fuck, but he is over his calories by a little bit. Okay, cool. Saturday, Sunday, once again, he's under. So if you take a look at the entire week, guy A is below his basal metabolic rate. His total calories for the week, that's the number right here, it's 14,700. If you take the daily average, that's 2,100 calories. This means that guy A, on average, is eating 400 calories less than he needs. He will lose weight at a, rough approximate rate of 1 pound a week. If we go by pure numbers, and remember that nothing is quite this simple, that if you eat less than 400 calories below your maintenance, in 1 year he's going to lose about 42 pounds in total. Now on the other hand, let's go to the bro set, guy B, okay? Now let's take a look at what he does. Typical diet scenario right here. We got, exhibit A, we got 1,900, 1,900, 1,800, 1,800. He's below so far. Oh, he's doing well. Thursday, good. Friday, maybe, still alright. Then bam, Saturday, he bombed it, man. He bombed it with some chicken wings and Doritos and who knows what the fuck else. Sunday, just, snowballed right into that shit too. 3,700 calories. So, you look at it and you're like, holy crap, for 5 days he underate, below his maintenance. But then, bam, he bombed it on Saturday and Sunday. If you add up his total calories, it actually is 17,500. Now, if you take the average of that, it's 2,500. You see how I made all these numbers work? 2,500 calories on average. His basal metabolic rate is 2,500 calories. In a closed system with the first law of thermodynamics, he will not lose weight because it's calories in, calories out. He needs 2,500 calories just to maintain his current weight. Well, he's eating on average, if you take the average, 2,500 calories. He will not lose weight. But look at the big difference here. This is where weekly versus daily really matters. Okay? If you look at guy B, out of the 7 days, 5 of those days, he's eating less than guy A who's losing weight. This guy's losing weight, but look, guy B is eating less, eating less, eating less, eating less, eating less still. He just bombs it on 2 days. And most guys do this. Man, I ate well during the week, and fuck it, I could eat whatever I want. I could eat some, some cheese doodles. So we got Saturday and Sunday. He bombs it on those days, and because he excessively ate too many calories, the net effect, his average is 2,500. His basal metabolic rate, 2,500. Is this guy going to lose weight? No. This is probably the most typical scenario that I have seen personally from so many clients and so many individuals. As they do well throughout, portion, let's say for the week, usually 5 days, they feel like they're starving themselves because look, they're cutting their calories quite low, and then on the weekend, they binge it up. No weight loss. Guys, it really is that simple. What I'm advocating here is that you could track your calories on a daily basis, but you should look at the weekly totals. This is where, tracking on MyFitnessPal, is very useful. You'll be able to see your total calories for the week and then your average. This is why you could see Guy A, despite eating more calories for most of the days, is going to lose weight. There's a difference at the end of the week of about 2,800 calories. That's quite significant. In the simplest terms, besides exercise, if it comes to nutrition, this is why you can't lose weight. Your total weekly calories are too much. And Guy B is going to be pissed off for a long time because he's, under eating for 5 days out of the week. He feels like he's dieting, yet he's not losing weight because the average calories, 2,500, is the same as his BMR, his maintenance calories. I said this was going to be simple as fuck, and so it was. Guys, track your calories, pay attention to the weekly totals, and don't bomb it over the weekend. With a simple, clear illustration, you can see how being consistent and eating maybe even slightly more calories on average rather than starving yourself and then binging over the weekend is superior. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure as always to like, share with friends, and subscribe. Chef Buff Army, class is out of session. I'll be seeing you in the next video.